Next, I want to introduce one of my favorite people, Dr. Cueva. She was a former chief here, then a former MedEd fellow, and now our current APD, which I love because she understands all the difficulties of being a resident here and really now coming full circle is able to invest and put so much into this program.
Well, thank you, Tim. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. I'm here to represent our amazing medical education team, and I'm actually really honored to do so. Like Tim said, I trained here. I was a student at MIMO, a resident at MIMO. I did my fellowship at MIMO, and I could probably talk your ear off about how amazing this place is, but I will try and keep it short, I promise. As the youngest on this panel, I can actually remember being in your shoes not too long ago and trying to figure out what program was right for me. I had always loved teaching, and so I assumed I'd be interested in medical education. I made a point of asking programs what opportunities I would have as a resident to teach, and most places gave me the same answer. You get to work with students, which is great, and I like working with students, obviously, but there's so much more to medical education, and MIMO does a great job of exposing you to all of it. In addition to clinical teaching, it's also all the behind the scenes action of running a program and having the knowledge and experience to create and implement innovative techniques and environments to teach our learners, our residents. Having residency leadership that includes 4 people with formal training, including a master's in medical education, and many others completing advanced programs like the ASEP Teaching Fellowship, ALM Faculty Incubator, and an active med ed fellow gives us the expertise and depth to kind of constantly review and revise our curriculum and program to fit the changes in technology, clinical environment, and everything around us. We really do everything we can to involve the residents and give them exposure not only to teaching, but also to program design and support them in their own projects and research. This also means that we really truly value your education. I think a couple other people have echoed this earlier, but this comes from Dr. Marshall, our chair. Having been a program director, he really values our residents' education. I can't tell you how often in a meeting, Tim can attest this when we have our chief meetings, we kind of ask ourselves if the change we're going to make has any educational value. And if it doesn't, then we don't make that change. We really respect your time and we place your education above your service. I love what Dr. Guerra just said. Our administration really encourages people to be innovative as long as it's supportive of the residency. And that's incredibly true. So how do we incorporate medical education theories and innovation into your residency training? So if your interest kind of stops at clinical teaching, don't worry, you'll have ample opportunities to do so from day one. If you want, it's never your responsibility to teach, but we do encourage even our PGY1s to work with the medical students, nursing students, PA students that rotate through the department. Later on in your training as a 3rd year, you get the chance to teach your junior residents during your scheduled preceptorships, shifts, and have dedicated teaching time during your admin rotation. Some more structured examples of peer-to-peer teaching include daily morning report, where the residents all have protected time to meet, and one is selected to teach a core EM topic to their peers with attending weigh-in. Also our morbidity and mortality conference, which is run by our education chiefs, but also involves one-on-one counseling by a faculty advisor on things like educational goals of the talk and how to make an impactful presentation. I think you'd be hard pressed to find another program that has that as part of their M&M conference. We were also one of the first programs to move away from traditional lecture-based didactics. We do not do, death by PowerPoint. We run our conference as small groups in a flipped classroom model, and we've actually been able to maintain that even in the new Zoom world. During some weeks, we also incorporate kind of mixed class groups, so there are even more opportunities for our senior residents to teach the juniors. We also have some amazing resident-run programs, all of which have some faculty support and advisors, but are really kind of birthed from these amazing people you see before us, like Sabina, Tim, and our other seniors. We have a monthly journal club, a 4-part amazing EKG curriculum, and even a critical care workshop that was covering topics like vent management during the COVID pandemic. It was really excited to see these amazing things that you guys came up with, and we really value the input of our residents. Even when it comes to kind of the overall resident curriculum. those interested always have the opportunity to make real change to the program and voice their concerns and their suggestions. And we really do take it to heart. With the faculty as diverse and experienced as you've heard from tonight, we also have many opportunities for not only medical education research, but also the ability to incorporate medical education with all of the other subspecialties in emergency medicine. On a bigger level, we also have residents active on foam. We have people submitting and being accepted things like SA and Pulse, like Dr. Rassani, EM docs, EM updates, and our own blog and social media accounts. We also have residents involved locally and nationally, including present and past all NYC fellows and active members in committees for SAM, ASEP, and CORP. You know, I think you'd be really hard pressed to find a faculty that cares about education as much as ours. And I'm not saying it because I'm part of it, but I think more so as a product of it. As a resident, I never felt that my education was lacking. I always felt engaged. I always felt challenged to be a better doctor and a better teacher. So I think, you know, I'm honored to have trained here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Please reach out with any other questions, and I hope to see you guys at the interviews.
Thank you, Julie, or thank you, Dr. Cueva, sorry. It is so true that you can like feel how invested all of our attendings are and all of our superstar women are too in like the med ed leadership. So yeah, it's really amazing to see that they're building, you know, clinically competent doctors with a lot of heart too.